Hi Mandela class, welcome back to your English lessons. Today's learning objective is can I use adverbials of time and time connectives? If you remember in the previous lesson, we looked at our new text map, and one thing that we did identify was used a couple of times throughout the text map were adverbials of time and time connectives. So what are these? Pause the video and have a think. What are adverbials of time or time connectives? So they are words or phrases which are used to tell the reader when, how long, or how often something is happening. So the time bit should give us a clue. It tells us when something is happening, how long it's happening for, and how often it's happening. So here are some examples of adverbials of time that tell us when something is happening. I saw Mary yesterday tells me when I saw Mary. She was born in 1978, which also tells us when. I will see you later. Later tells us when I will see you. There was a storm during the night. During the night also tells us when the storm happened. So these are some examples of adverbials of time that tell us when something is happening. Here are some examples of how long something is happening for. So we waited all day. How long did we wait? All day. It tells us how long we've waited for. They have lived here since 2004. So again, we know how long they have lived here for. We will be on holiday from 1st of July until 3rd of August. Again, telling us how long we will be on holiday for. And finally, how often. So these adverbials of time tell us how often something is happening. They usually watch television in the evening. Usually gives us an idea of how often they watch television in the evening. We sometimes went to work by car. Again, giving us an idea of how often something is happening. Here is a word map to help you. These are some examples of adverbials of time and time connectives. So you can use this when you're doing your activity. And when you're writing sentences as well, you could use these examples to give us an idea of when, how often, or how long for. Okay, so as we already know, adverbs can also go at the front of a sentence. When they go at the front of a sentence, they are called fronted adverbials. Now, these are specifically fronted adverbials of time because adverbs in general tell us when, where, how. But these are fronted adverbials of time because we don't want to know when, we don't want to know where or how, we want to know when, we want to know the time of it. So these are called fronted adverbials of time. And if you remember, when writing fronted adverbials, you must place it at the start of a sentence. And what do you need straight after your fronted adverbial? You always need to remember your comma. So fronted adverbial of time and then comma. Yesterday, comma, I went to school. Tomorrow, comma, I want to go to the cinema. So they must always be followed by a comma. Okay, so adverbials of time and time connectives don't always have to be at the end of a sentence or at the beginning of a sentence. They can also be used in the middle of a sentence. For example, I ate banana pancakes for breakfast, then I left for school. What do you notice about the way this sentence is structured? I ate banana pancakes for breakfast, then I left for school. I am going to see my friends later. So this is another example of it being at the end of a sentence, which we looked at here. but the previous example is when it's in the middle of a sentence. So you put a comma before your adverbial of time or fronted time connected. Now, can you pause the video and spot the adverbials of time and time connectives below? You can write them down on a scrap piece of paper. This is not your main activity, so you wouldn't need to upload it. Read it sentence by sentence and see how many adverbials of time or time connectives you can spot, and play the video when you're ready. Okay. Early on Monday, so we're looking for any words that give us an idea of when, how often, or how long. Let me get a bigger highlighter. Early on Monday tells me when, so that's also an adverbial of time or time connective. Early on Monday, we got onto the coach and made our way to London. Do you spot a mistake in this sentence? Well, the adverbial of time is placed at the start of a sentence. What have we forgotten? Straight after a fronted adverbial, we need a comma. Early on Monday, we got onto the coach and made our way to London. The coach driver put some music on and we all sang along while looking at all the sights. Did you spot an adverbial of time or time connective? Well done. While. So the coach driver put some music on and we all sang along while looking at all the sights. An hour later, we arrived at the museum. An hour later, and here we've remembered our comma. So we've got 3 adverbials of time in this piece of writing. Now for the next piece of writing, I want you to pause the video and note them down, and then I want you to do sparkles as I'm reading the text whenever I read an adverbial of time or time connected. Pause the video, spot them yourself, and play it when you're ready. Okay, hopefully you've been able to spot lots of fronted adverbials, adverbials of time or time connectives. Let's read it together and give me sparkles as soon as you hear me read out one of those. Last Tuesday, well done for doing sparkles for last Tuesday. That's a fronted adverbial of time. I got up early and went to the airport. A few hours later, well done for doing your sparkles. What have I forgotten here? The adverbial of time is at the front of a sentence, so what must I have after? A comma. I was on my way to Dublin, which is an island. One evening, well done, we went to a lovely restaurant and I felt so excited to see some Irish dancers and a wonderful band. Later on in the holidays, well done for showing me your sparkles. Later on in the holidays, tells me when, I went to London with my best friend. First, we went shopping. First. Then, we went to the theatre to see a wonderful, interesting play. Well done. Then also tells us when. I felt excited but also very tired on the way home. I had a brilliant holiday. So now we've looked through and we've spotted quite a few adverbials of time or time connectives. Now it's your turn. Can you please choose the activity that challenges you the most? So if you feel like you've had a go at doing activity 1, but that's not challenging enough for you, you must have a go at activity 2. So you must challenge yourself. You're going to underline the adverbial of time and time connective in the sentences below. So you're going to have to write the sentences down and underline the adverbial of time or time connective. If you're choosing activity 2, you're going to have to go back to the video and choose from our word map. Oh, actually, it's on the next page, sorry. To fill in the blanks with an adverbial of time or time connective. You must make sure that it makes sense. So you need to read the sentence all together with your adverbial of time or time connective to make sure it goes with the sentence. This is the word map, but this is also part of activity 3. So if you're choosing to do activity 3, you use the word map below to write your own paragraph about what you did over the weekend, using adverbials of time and time connectives. If you're doing activity 2, you can use this word map to help you. Please remind you to make sure you include your capital letters and punctuation in every piece of writing, and that you always try your best with your best presentation. And I look forward to seeing all of your work on Tapestry. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, Mandela class.